A scary truth hidden in the Bible. The forbidden knowledge of the Anunnaki. Scene fades in, accompanied by a low, mysterious melody. The camera zooms in on an ancient, leather-bound Bible resting on a stone table. The voice begins softly, but with a sense of urgency. Narrator. Long ago, in the distant corners of the earth, there existed secrets, truths so profound, so terrifying, that they were buried in the shadows of history. Hidden away by powerful forces, locked behind sacred texts, these revelations have remained untold for millennia. Today, we will journey into the heart of one such mystery, the forbidden knowledge of the Anunnaki. The truth about their existence, their interactions with humanity, and their place in the Bible itself. The camera cuts to the Bible opening slowly, revealing the yellowed pages, some torn and weathered. A faint glow illuminates the text as the narrator continues. The fallen beings, the Anunnaki and their arrival. The creation story in Genesis is familiar to many. God created the heavens and the earth, the animals, the plants, and man. But embedded in these familiar lines is an unsettling and cryptic passage that suggests something, someone else. The story of the Anunnaki begins long before the time of Noah, with beings from the heavens descending upon the earth. In the ancient texts of Sumer, one of the world's oldest civilizations, there is a clear record of a race of deities called the Anunnaki, who were believed to have come from the stars. Some scholars speculate that these deities were far more than just mythological figures. They were described as giants, beings of incredible power and knowledge, who had come to Earth to teach humans the ways of civilization. In the Bible, the Anunnaki are never named directly. However, there are intriguing references that seem to point to them. One of the most mysterious of these passages is found in Genesis 6:1-4. It speaks of the sons of God, who took human wives and fathered a race of giants called the Nephilim. The Bible is cryptic about who these sons of God are. Some have interpreted them as angels, others as divine beings, and some believe they were the Anunnaki, who, in their attempts to mingle with humanity, became the source of both divine knowledge and corruption. Genesis 6:1-4, King James Version. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair. And they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. These sons of God and their offspring, the Nephilim, are never fully explained in the text. But what if these beings were not just angels, as many have assumed? What if they were something far older, something other? The ancient Sumerian texts describe a race of beings called the Anunnaki, and many researchers believe these beings could very well be the sons of God spoken of in Genesis. Subreuse, the forbidden knowledge, a legacy of power. The Anunnaki are said to have arrived on Earth thousands of years ago, long before the rise of Sumerian civilization. The ancient texts of Sumer describe them as coming from a distant planet in our solar system, somewhere beyond the orbit of Neptune. This planet, known as Nibiru, is said to have a long elliptical orbit that brings it near Earth every few thousand years. According to the ancient myths, the Anunnaki came to Earth seeking gold, a substance they needed to save their dying planet. But the Anunnaki did not just come to mine gold. They imparted incredible knowledge to early human civilizations, knowledge that would shape the very foundation of modern civilization. They taught humanity about agriculture, writing, mathematics, astronomy, and metallurgy. In many ways, the Anunnaki are believed to have sparked the rapid advancement of early human societies, particularly the Sumerians, who were among the first to develop written language and urban centers. However, the knowledge given to humanity by the Anunnaki was not purely benevolent. Some of the ancient Sumerian texts suggest that the Anunnaki used their advanced knowledge and technology to manipulate humanity for their own purposes. The humans, though grateful for the gifts of civilization, were not fully aware of the darker intentions of their celestial visitors. One such piece of forbidden knowledge that the Anunnaki supposedly imparted was the art of alchemy. This ancient science, which sought to transform base metals into gold and unlock the secrets of immortality, is said to have been taught to humans by the Anunnaki. Yet, it was a knowledge that came with a warning. The Anunnaki themselves were allegedly searching for immortality, and in the process, they stumbled upon dark, forbidden arts that could bring untold power to those who dared to master them. It was this very knowledge that might have led to the eventual downfall of the Anunnaki and their creation of the Nephilim. As the offspring of these beings began to grow in power, they threatened to disrupt the balance of creation. The giants were beings of incredible strength and wisdom, but their existence came at a great cost: the corruption of the human soul. The Nephilim, a race of giants. In Genesis, we read about the Nephilim, the mighty men of renown. These were the children of the sons of God and the daughters of men. The Nephilim were giants, beings of enormous size and strength. The Bible doesn't go into much detail about their nature, but many believe they were not entirely human. Their mixed heritage, part divine and part mortal, made them beings of immense power, yet deeply flawed. The Nephilim were seen as a corruption of the natural order, and their existence created chaos on earth. According to ancient Jewish traditions and apocryphal texts, such as the Book of Enoch, the Nephilim were responsible for great violence and wickedness, and their presence on earth led to the eventual judgment of God in the form of the Great Flood. The idea that the Nephilim were not fully human raises important questions. Could they have been the result of the Anunnaki's genetic manipulation? Were these beings the byproduct of an ancient experiment gone wrong? And could the forbidden knowledge imparted by the Anunnaki have led to their creation in the first place? The idea that the Nephilim were the offspring of celestial beings and humans paints a picture of a time when the boundaries between the divine and the human were blurred. It suggests that humanity was not the sole inheritor of the earth, but rather a part of a larger cosmic struggle involving the Anunnaki and other celestial forces. The Flood and the Hidden Truth. The Bible tells us that God saw the corruption caused by the Nephilim and the other fallen beings, and He decided to cleanse the earth with a great flood. Noah, a righteous man, was chosen to build an ark to save his family and two of every kind of animal. But what if the flood was not just a judgment on human wickedness, but also a way of erasing the evidence of the Anunnaki's interference in the natural order? The flood, as described in the Bible, wiped out nearly all life on Earth, leaving only Noah and his family to repopulate the planet. But what if the knowledge and power of the Anunnaki were not entirely destroyed? Some believe that remnants of their teachings survived through secret societies and ancient rituals, passed down through the ages by those who sought to unlock the forbidden knowledge once hidden from the world. In some ancient cultures, there are tales of survivors of the flood who carried with them the knowledge of the Anunnaki. The Egyptians, for example, have myths about gods descending from the stars, imparting wisdom to humanity and teaching the arts of civilization. The The same can be said of the ancient Sumerians and Babylonians, whose deities were often depicted as celestial beings with advanced knowledge. The modern search for forbidden knowledge. The secrets of the Anunnaki are not confined to ancient texts and myths. In recent decades, many researchers have attempted to piece together the mystery of the Anunnaki and their impact on human history. The theories vary, but many scholars and conspiracy theorists alike have suggested that the Anunnaki may have been involved in the creation of human civilization, and that their influence has persisted in secret throughout history. Today, many believe that the knowledge left behind by the Anunnaki is not lost, but rather hidden in plain sight, encoded in ancient scriptures, secret societies, and lost texts. Some argue that this knowledge has been kept from the public to prevent widespread chaos, while others believe that it is being actively suppressed to maintain control over the masses. The camera slowly fades back to the Bible, now closed. The mysterious voice of the narrator speaks again, soft but firm. Narrator: what if the secrets of the Anunnaki have been tunned and subscribe the channel for further moral and biblical stories?